Welcome to the Roar of the Lions UK podcast and the third of our special edition of rookie tape preview episodes. Today we're looking at fourth round pick Amon-Ra St Brown out of USC. I'm going to hand over to Ryan, who's been taking the lead on this one. So, Ryan, please.
Yep, good afternoon, everyone. I'm joined by Matt, and as Matthew said, we're going to be watching some film on our selection for wide receiver Amon-Ra St Brown. He was taken out of the college University of Southern California, the Trojans. The footage we're going to watch today is two games from the Pac-12. They are divisional matchups with my Arizona State Sun Devils. He's primarily a slot receiver, but works his way out. Works well with motions, and we're going to see that what he offers on short and intermediate routes. Matthew, we're making annotations on the film, and we're going to break down what we see when the player is coming to his side. The film should be majorly all of his targets, so we'll see what happens if he's blocking scheme, catching, what he does with the ball, what he does when he doesn't get it, everything that we think he could offer the Lions with this coming season.
All right, just to go through some stats, he played 3 years at USC, 178 receptions for 2,270 yards, 16 touchdowns receiving, and 1 rushing as well on 9 attempts. That is a combined 2,339 yards. Right, let's get this shared on the screen. So we're going to start off with his game against Arizona State from 2019. Won't have any sound. Let me just get the annotation up. Okay. We're ready to go. So here we are. It's a really nice smooth route to start. Completely beats his man off the snap, doesn't he?
Yeah, he beats him on, like say, he gets in between that soft zone. Like say, the backer's coming out to the flat and he just passes right in between them, sits in the hole. Like that's where he's going to be really good. Like finding that soft zone in the coverage, that's where he's going to excel.
So it's just here, and he's just going to come in and slowly break. But it's not a sharp break at all, is it?
No, it's quite rounded.
I don't know what happens with the defender there. He just kind of seems to lose sight of him altogether.
Yeah, for some reason they look at the quarterback, and the quarterback like pitches a little out. Like they look like there's a running back there. Like it was poorly defended.
See, this is the thing that I like most about him, and I think where he's going to provide the most use for us. It's like within a couple of seconds he's already free. You know, especially for a quarterback like Goff, who doesn't like to be pressured, who likes to get it out nice and early. Amon-Ra is going to create such a really good target for him because his separation skills on the line they're amazing. So there, he's just a couple of seconds in, and he's already got an option to throw at, and he's going to love that.
That was a sharp little stop on a hitch as well.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't get the ball, but
no, like you say, I've seen a lot of this. Like I say, there's quite a lot of hitches. He does that very well. He breaks down and comes back. Just like that. Doesn't get the ball, but he finds that zone in the middle. He sits, puts his hands out and says, look, I'm here, hit me.
So this is 2019, so this is Slovis's really good year, isn't it, at quarterback?
Yeah, this was his best year, yeah.
God.
Like I say, they did all right, them receivers. They maintained their blocks.
He's a willing blocker, isn't he?
Yeah, like you say, I love that. Because like you say, look, they get a very healthy gain on that. Instead of waiting for the defender to come to him, he goes and engages him. Even if he doesn't sustain the block, like he just buys that time. That's all you need, really.
So just do this nice and slow, this one. So Amon-Ra, right-hand side slot. Running play is going to be out to the right, if I've got this right, and he's just going to come up, block his man here. Let's have a look again.
mirrors
And it
him.
goes in for a second one as well.
Yeah, he mirrors him, like I say, gets in front of him, takes him out of the play completely.
Didn't think it would be as good an angle from this side, but let's have a look.
There he is at the bottom. Goes across. Yep. Keeps him outside, which is important. Probably got a good 9 to 11 yards of that. So they've bunched them inside.
Good decision by Slovis there. I think Amon-Ra was free, but...
Yeah, he was open. They were both open across the middle.
Gets bumped at the line and still manages to get some speed.
Like I say, he's got a good at least a yard and a half of separation there. Like, if it had hit him in stride, that could have gone a lot further.
Don't know about that one. Just seemed to run into the man and hold it up there. Unless that's the plan. Maybe that's the plan.
I think he just chips him, just a chip block on the linebacker.
It looks like a kind of variant on an RPO where you're trying to get up early and block downfield on a very quick pass.
Yeah.
Well, he went in for that hard, didn't he?
Yeah. Like I say, good solid block maintained. He manages to get his defender, pretty much keeps him on the goal line. There you go, pops him, keeps him there. I hate the fact USC don't have player names on their jerseys, never have. Really irritates me. Yeah, nothing went right there.
Oh, they should have given him the handoff there. He'd been straight in.
So they've gone trips left.
And touchdown.
Touchdown. Like I say, just told them, all go, turn, sit, try to get in the end zone.
On the outside here. It comes in.
Yeah, works on a drag route.
Outside again. Oh dear.
Yeah, they read that. I've noticed though, like you say, like the corner then, you must have given like, that's nearly 10 full yards of separation. Like they're really respecting him. They're sitting so deep.
And he's come back for it.
Tunnel screen, yep. I love that. That's a fantastic play for him. If we can get that, look at that. He's made 2 guys miss. Get him out, right. Throw it in, let him go.
So how does this work? Is this the left tackle and left guard pulling out?
Yeah. So what they want for him to is they want him to stay there, come in, look at the ball, let them get in front of him. And then, like you say, he still makes another third of a 2 people miss. So also the running back, I think, motions out as well, doesn't it?
Okay. So it's this guy, left tackle coming and blocking the corner. The left guard's going to take the slot corner. And then the running back coming out as a third blocker. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he shows good. All right, let's slow this down.
Separate blocks, and he makes like 2 people miss. It's a very hard. It's a well-designed play. These are hard to get. So yeah, you can see them pulling out to the next level. He comes underneath. They get their blocks reasonably. There, he makes him miss. Another guy breaks a tackle, steps out. Good 20, 25 yards.
Is it actually the 3 offensive linemen? Is it the center? No, it's...
Yeah, no, the left tackle and left guard. They do really well, actually.
Yeah.
21 falls over, which helps. I'd like to think that we've got athletic linemen. We could run that kind of play. I'd expect we could get Decker and Jonah Jackson out there running that exact same kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's a nice throw. I really like that play for Amon-Ra.
Yeah, they were solid, reasonable blocks there, both of them.
He waited on a kind of double team. I want to have a look at that again.
I'd say there's a decent hole.
So I think what he does is he kind of looks to, his first assignment is to make sure that that slot corner doesn't get him. And then he breaks off that assignment and comes and takes the outside corner, I think.
Yeah, tries to split them. Yeah, so they double team him there. He looks out, and then there's a hole in the middle, and he gets an extra maybe 6 yards because of it.
Yeah, all because of the way Amon-Ra played that. He didn't commit to his first assignment, but just waited long enough so he could take the second one, which bought an extra few.
He's wide open. So the running back.
That's an easy touchdown.
Yeah, no one accounted for him coming out of the backfield. Now he's back in the slot.
He seems to be splitting the time between out wide and in the slot quite a lot.
Should have been a pick six, that. I think he dropped it. So, middle of the trips.
That was nice. I really like that too.
There, I've watched this play. If he doesn't stumble, the corner falls out. He would have actually probably taken that to the house. Like he keeps his feet so well. Pitches it out and then he stops immediately. Like he's so close to staying in bounds.
All right, so Amon-Ra here in the slot and just takes it here, and then he tries to stop and go up, but
yeah, defender gets lucky, manages to just pull him out of bounds. Just a 5 and out.
Lovely play. How's the stream for you guys as well? Are you able to see it quite clearly?
Yeah, it looks good, yeah. He beats that press coverage so well. Like the defender's on him at the line, he still beats him off the line of scrimmage. 1-2, and he's gone.
They're not very physical with him, are they, though? Even in press man.
No, they're not even jamming him. Like, they're literally sitting on him at line of scrimmage, and like say like that, one step, and he's got a yard of separation.
Reminds me of the way Okuda played last year. I'm press man, but I'm not physical.
They didn't do very well. I'm pretty sure in these 2 games he gets about 310 yards receiving combined.
Anchors quite well on that play.
Yeah, just picks up linebacker 37 and then just tries to push the pile.
He was more free than the guy he threw to just then.
That was a dangerous play at your own goal line.
Oh,
that was beautiful.
God, he's got breakout speed, isn't he?
Yeah, like you say, once he gets the open field, that was basically triple coverage. So Slovis has to put that in a tight window. You can see here, goes round the backer. Safety's goes right through him, and he's gone.
I like them. Sorry.
He was just jogging at the end, like you say, like he managed to break away. Like that was probably like his second or third gear.
I'm just seeing if there's any misdirection in the route you run, because it's just a go, isn't it?
Essentially, yeah. He just goes, like the middle guy here behind next to the referee, he just goes round him. This is what happens when you play no high safety. It's too late then. Two safeties try closing on him. The ball is perfect. There you go.
I'll tell you what, I really like that, because I think the misdirection is that he looks back for the ball quite early, still at full speed, but then really kind of motors away after having looked back a couple of times.
I think schematically.
Yeah, he looks in there, which makes the defender hesitate, and he looks back out.
Schematically, though, that's a dumpster fire of a play from them. You don't give him that sort of space to work with.
That's poor play, like you say.
As soon as his motor gets going on a one-on-one with a safety who doesn't have a standing start, that's...
Now, like you say, yeah, now they go to one high safety because they don't want it to happen again. So Slovis, I think he got sacked now. Still a little.
He's a precise route runner, isn't he?
Yeah. I think he does his best work when he's running laterally. So you see him on a lot of slants, a lot of drags. There you go. He runs that 5 and out again.
I think there's probably an argument to say that if he brings this sort of route running skill to the Lions straight away, that he's probably one of the best route runners we'll have.
Yeah, he's one of the tidy.
Naturally. Yeah, his routes are smooth. He knows exactly what he's doing. He seems to have, a pretty good skill set with him. Whereas the others, I feel like they've all got a lot of work to do in that regards.
Just from the last couple of routes that he's run where he hasn't got the ball, they're still just as sharp, though.
Yeah, the defenders still respect him, which is what counts. They still go with him, even if he's not getting the ball.
Mm. There again. The 5 and out.
They run it's a very simple offense, but like I say, it's effective.
Potentially, though, does that mean he has quite a lot of the route tree to actually learn, though?
Yeah, he's going to have to learn more complexer because you see, like you say, he doesn't go deep a lot. Like say, he's across the middle, he's running like a post, but he's not a primarily deep receiver. Well,
what a mistake that is from Slovis.
Yeah, this is why we need to avoid Slovis at all costs.
I don't get his hype for the draft. I really don't.
So
it's befuddling.
All 2020 games were not great, even though I think they won 2.
I'd be devastated if we took him.
Just pointing out the routes there. So that's what's that called? I know what that's called from Madden, but I can't remember. The guy on the outside's running some sort of deep one that kind of bends towards the posts a little bit, and then Amon-Ra kind of breaks about 10, 15 yards down and then kind of breaks towards the middle of the field. And he's wide open here. Wide open.
Flooding, like say, they're going to run quite a few posts.
Not this play, sorry, the next play, beg your pardon.
He was wide open then as well. He properly fooled that defender.
Here we go. So bumps his man, beats him. He's got 2-3 yards of separation, and Slova's throwing into double coverage against a man who hasn't got any separation at all. Awful. Nice little screen that they ran a decoy with. It's just precise, isn't it?
Yeah. just dumps it off there. I like that. He's good at checking down.
That's the first time I've seen Amon-Ra try that route, the in and out. Oh God, Slovis is off. He doesn't really seem to be giving anything less than 100% on every rep so far.
No, like you say, even if he's not having to necessarily do anything, he at least makes it look like he is, which counts for a lot. Plus, there's a lot of mouths to feed, like you say. Like, not many NFL teams run spread every play with 4 wide receivers.
A lot of screens.
There you go. He's got a bit of separation.
Oh. I think actually that was the right throw, but it wasn't executed.
Yeah, he was open. He missed him.
Ooh.
There you go. That was nice.
Yeah.
Check down across the middle.
But kept control of the ball.
Pass right under number 4. There you go. Right across the middle. The backers run into each other. Makes a decent contested catch.
They ran that play a moment ago, went the other way.
Yeah, that one didn't work so well.
Let's have a... Oh, okay.
I think he got hurt, actually, as well. I think he took a knock on that play.
I want to have a look at that again. How did that get blown up? Was that Amon-Ra's mistake?
Yeah, I think he hits the receiver. I think they run into each other. The corner was pushing back into him because they both end up on the floor.
Okay, so this is going to be Amon-Ra here taking the outside corner. And then I think the guy just to the right of him is going to take the next guy.
Yeah, the guy to the left's getting the ball. So them two are going to run out. Top guy's going to drop behind them for protection.
He just doesn't quite get enough connection in the corner, does he?
Yeah. So they run out. Yeah, like you say, he misses. He misses the outside corner. Maybe he started too far inside. He looks like he struggled to get there, which I'll give that. That's an error on his judgment.
But he's back out there, so... I'm kind of missing the context of the game situation. I haven't been keeping an eye on it, but I assume they're massively in the lead here. 20.
Only one score. None of these games were big. The 2021 they won in the last few minutes with blowout. So these are very 2 close scoring games.
Oh, that was nice.
That was nice over the shoulder. So he looks back for it and then has to readjust over his shoulder, just where he could find it.
Good amount of contacts there too, from the defender.
Yeah, like it was just a great throw. Like only he could get it, or it sailed out of bounds.
Oh, lined up at running back here. Nice game.
Yep, like I say, he does pretty well there. there's an I formation right behind the back. Takes the hand off. Good blocking, nice haul.
Sees the gap and bursts through it. Yeah. Like that. Another one.
He gets fair, like you said, that wasn't great. They should not be running him up the middle. He's a bit fragile for that. But like you say, he gets a healthy push.
I'd say you don't want to be letting a big beefy nose tackle get his hands on him in that situation.
Fair, he does, like he runs and kind of stops behind his tackle. But like I say, I wouldn't be running him in a power like that. Like I'm not putting him up the middle. But the fact he's willing to take that is good. Like he's willing to take snaps at running back.
I think he's like Jefferson. He needs space to work. You give him space, but don't put him in close contact with people. Because
that's formation again. Is it the running back?
Oh dear.
Like that's a bit of both. Like say, yeah, they lose the outside container here. That player's dead in the water. 83 absolutely whiffs, like saying someone comes right through the hole. 2nd and 18.
Oh.
Like I said, that nearly got him.
Amon-Ra's trying to break to the corner there, and Slovis is trying to throw the seam.
Yeah.
I think that's just a miscommunication.
He's open, wide open.
Oh.
I think the receiver, I think the receiver caught that, somehow made a ridiculous catch. Like I say, he gets out here, he's wide, like why is he not hitting there in stride?
He's throwing it into double coverage.
He does take risks. But like I say, that was a tremendous catch, got him out of trouble. Like I say, he was wide open on Ra.
It's a theme, though. It seems like Slovis's receivers bail him out a lot of the time. All these contested catches you see Amon-Ra getting, all the body contortions, dropping back in, are because of bad throws. And he's constantly having to act like that.
Fumble.
Oh, we don't want fumble issues.
No, luckily it's not him. Like I say, he literally just blocks. Like I say, he runs up. You can see him here at the bottom. He's across the middle, just tracking across, I suppose.
It's odd. Its blocking is a lot better this year because one of the things on his tape last year is his blocking's not good. He doesn't finish tackles, sometimes very half-hearted with them, but in this game, you're not seeing any of that.
And he's committed to it, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because like I say, his 2020 shape shows...
It doesn't help as well, like I say, Michael Turks, the punter, kept pinning him inside the 5. There's only so much work he can do there. Like, that's lovely. Like, he gets to the sticks. He knows exactly where he is down. Breaks out. Good play by the corner, that. But short to intermediate routes, he gets it, he understands it. Like I say, it's his deep route trees running that he needs to work on, but he's not going to necessarily be a deep threat at the next level.
I don't think we need him to be to begin with, though.
We've got Tyrell Williams for that, and like Perryman, like the burners.
Exactly, they're the speed guys. Amon-Ra's going to need to.
I think Amon-Ra is going to be. I think he's going to be a bit of a Danny Amendola. I expect him to do his best stuff between like 5 and 15 yards.
Yeah, and he's going to have to. He's going to need to get separated quick to give Goff a viable option if he's under pressure, and I think that's where they'll use him.
Pick 6.
Oh, Keaton Slovis.
Flag on the play has negated it, though.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the flag was for there.
I remember right, I think that was offside. I think someone jumped, and that actually changed the whole game.
They're running this play again.
Another screen. But funnily enough, this one actually does work. Look at that. It stays in bounds like that. They get a really solid, like, 20-yard gain on that.
But Amon-Ra's the one blocking in front of him and staying with it, keeping going.
Look at that. He's there. He's lead blocking 16, pushing him. Nice to see.
Commit to the red. Oh, God. Awful throw.
About 10 yards out of bounds. There you go, tunnel screen inside. Amon-Ra, you see him start from the slot and he blocks the outside corner.
Oh. I think my computer is struggling a little bit.
When it's the last player.
Apologies for that. All right. That was good, that.
Yep.
I'm quite encouraged by it.
He did really well. Like, he had a really good game.
All right, that was all 22 tapes showing all of the offensive plays, but the other two that we're going to show are just his targets only, I think. Right, let's start with Arizona State again.
Yeah, this is about 6 minutes. This is just his target. So this is just him when the ball is directed his way. This was a painful watch. Like I say, we were winning with a few minutes to go, and I think they put back-to-back scoring drives together. It hurt.
All right, you can see that?
Yep.
All right.
Look at that. Like I say, it takes a good tackle to stop that touchdown. He loves that 5 and out because he just works really well. Like, he takes it in stride. And his first thought is turn around, looks upfield. For a good tackle, he's going to score there. That was a weird one because the play took so long to develop. You see him track across the middle there. Like I say, like, he throws into a tight window, actually. He does really well, but the throw is behind him, which I like because he has to readjust for that one.
Oh.
That sailed. That was just a terrible throw.
Competed hard for it, though, to make sure it wasn't an interception.
In 2020 game, they play a lot more press. They're putting man coverage on him. Like I say, it just tips off his fingers.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's lovely. I know, like the way like he passes by at least 2-3 defenders, like, and they don't. Neither picks him up. He goes through at least 3 zones. Terrible coverage. Like I say, then he looks upfield. He goes and engages the defender. Like I say, he'll just put his helmet in his chest. That he's looking at him, and he just goes straight for him.
Just want to play it back from here because you see him appear now and just so much time. And also, he doesn't seem to lose much speed, even though the ball isn't out in front of him to run onto.
No, he still manages to maintain his momentum. He does have to like slow down for it.
Does the video appear okay to you guys? Because my computer's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I'm going to close a couple of windows. Hopefully that does the trick.
He runs the right route, and I think Slovis picks the right option, but he's throwing off his back foot because, like I say,
I don't know.
he's got a man in his face.
I feel like on these one-on-ones on the outside, he's struggling a little bit
to
get separation there. I don't think that's his.
The corner was on a blank on him. Slovis got absolutely smacked as well.
I feel like he does his best work when he's sort of in the middle of the field and he's got a little bit of traffic to help sort of utilize.
Now, this is one of the best plays he makes, even if he doesn't catch it. He starts deep. You see him come back because Slovis, like there, he flushes out the pocket. Amon-Ra comes back, like I say, and then goes again. Like, he's really unlucky there.
The throw comes far too late.
Yeah, the throw's too late. The corner's recovered. But like you say, he recognised that Slovis needed help.
Right. So he kind of comes inside a bit here, doesn't he? And then it's like a double move back outside.
Yeah.
So like in like that, and then bounces it back out. I think. Let's have a look.
So he breaks in like on a how. Then he realizes, oh, he's going back out. So I go deep. Like you say.
What's Slovis's arm talent like? Can he throw the ball deep?
He's not bad deep, but he's not great on the move. Like his mobility is not great. Like that looked shaky because he was rolling out of the pocket. Like I'd say he's a pocket passer. That's why they run a lot of spread.
Just when he comes out of this break here on the kind of scramble drill, I guess, which is kind of turned into a double move, he gets separation, but slows down. Like he doesn't think that Slovis can maybe make the play, or he just
I think he hangs back, like say, to like hope Slovis doesn't overthrow him. Like say, essentially, if he just breaks out at worst, he goes deep and the ball doesn't reach him. But like I say, it's almost intercepted because he slows down. Slovis should have just run that. He should have just took it and taken off because, like I say, he had a reasonable bit of real estate in front of him. So they're pressing him again. They're trying to press him more in this game.
God, that's a risky throw. And then he takes him out.
Yep. I've seen this player. I think it's number 4. He trips over accidentally. And then the referee says this wasn't a catchable ball. So he rules it incomplete. There. Falls over, trips him up. Now I get it's not his fault, like you said, technically that's pass interference. He should have got a flag.
Finds a soft zone.
And soft zone. But I just don't understand Arizona State how they just let him find the soft zone. Like, what's the point in playing man coverage if you're just going to let him run into the middle and then just sit there? Like, he's never going to get that in the NFL. Like, he will never. That won't happen. But
it won't happen in the NFL because he's not facing the Detroit Lions defense.
Like I say, he's playing better linebackers. Like I say, like they will pick that up and they'll just sit there. But no, the best thing I can say about Amon-Ra is he takes what the defense gives him, and that moves the ball. He moves the chains, and like I think that makes him very reliable.
Mm. God, that was a risky throw.
Yep, they tried to run, I think, an inside tunnel screen. I think he's going to catch that and come inside. Very lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Playing a lot on the outside.
Yeah, I don't think he really played any screen in this game or at any slot. Look at that, like I say, just an easy out. Takes another good tackle to stop him breaking it free. Guys in slot emotions here. Running back. I love this player. He runs a wheel route and gets the first down. So he goes to the slot, gets the slot, motions, stops as the running back, and then runs an out to a wheel, which is a really well-designed play because they don't pick it up at all. Gets the first down. A lot of players would false start on that, but he's got the brains. You never see him false start. There's no pre-snap penalties. He's great line of scrimmage. Look at that. Ooh. Wide open. But he got smacked. Like he knows the contact's coming.
Coverage is really poor though.
Yeah, like you say, look at that. Like right in the middle of 3 guys, and then bang. Like you say, he knows when he's coming down, he's gonna get a hit.
Why would you zone against him? Just
I don't know. All he did was play zone, and that's why we lost both games.
I feel like I've just watched the Lions defense there, because we saw that entirely too many times last year. Just playing zone against these really quick, speedy guys when it's like, no, you should be playing man against him.
I can't decide whether he's going to ground there on purpose.
But again, you see how he has to adjust to the throw as well.
He does look, like I say, he doesn't. He captures it there, and instead, like I say, he jumps up for it, but he falls down. I'm not sure what the down and distance was. He just takes it.
Again, it's another example of him having to adjust greatly to the throw.
Yeah, he had to turn to his back shoulder again, when that should have been in front of him, because he was sitting in a hole.
I mean, you wonder if this has affected his draft stock at all, because the amount of times he has to stop and break back and can't make the full potential out of plays because the throws aren't on point.
From what we've just watched, can you imagine if he played at Ohio State or Clemson and had someone like Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence throwing at him? He'd have probably doubled the numbers. It'd have looked so much better when they're spread offenses. Keenan Slovis is a bum.
We wouldn't have been getting him in the 4th round.
We'd have probably had to pay a second if it'd have been better production.
Yeah, that was really poor. Right, let's check out the Washington State tape. If you're watching this, by the way, live or on record, try and do my best Luke G impression. Hit the like button, slam it till you can't slam it anymore. Subscribe, hit the whatever, I don't know, whatever you can do. That'd be great. Cheers. Right, let's get on to the next 3 minutes of this. There's not very much in terms of targets in this one.
So he's top of the field, cornerbacks off. Easy touchdown on a slant. Easy peasy.
I'm not even sure his route running there is that precise either.
No, I think, I don't know, like, maybe that was a slant, but you see him, like, you see the corner in man and press, but then backs off. I think that changes his mind, what he's going to do. The moment he gives him a yard or two space, he just hauls ass on a slant. Right, he's there.
Okay, let's have a look.
Corner moves, like, he gives him that slant, look, and he just turns. Like, that's awful defending.
Also, the throw's well behind him as well.
Yeah, he has to catch it down here, like at his hip. He should have been catching it in front of him.
God, if I was a defensive backs coach and I saw that, I'd be going up.
Oh yeah, you'd want to take him off.
That shit crazy.
You're told, like, say, you need to put your corner inside, so he has to go through you. He just lets him run in.
Especially like one of the most dynamic guys on there, the guy who can get a yard on you before you know it. You just don't give him that space to work with right on your own end zone.
Yeah. Oh, that is lovely.
That was a beautiful throw.
Really nice body control.
Everything about this is nice. Look
really well defended.
Adjustment. A guy's all over him and he adjusts back for it.
Let's watch that again. That's nice. So our man in the slot kind of just drifts along and then bounces into a post.
Yeah,
one
step, bounces out for a corner, and then, like you say, Slovis puts it over the defender and asks him to just look back, come up and get it, and then keep hold of it.
And the thing is, because he's kind of beating his man on the outside, he can slow down and just kind of leverage the man, take the little bit of contact he gives, and he's either getting 15 yards or he's got a touchdown.
Yeah, if he goes too fast and doesn't slow down, he might have caught out of bounds, like say, like he does well to, like say, make sure he gets his body in the end zone. Right, so he's back here at the slot. Motion, toss, 2-point conversion. Does well, like I say, that defender does really well, but he shows his best speed there.
The defender keeps up with him.
Yeah, that's a straight race to the line. I love a little toss sweep. Back shoulder corner. I know. Another back shoulder toss.
He motions to do exactly the same thing he did on the first touchdown.
Yeah, that's identical to the first play, but he just throws it towards the sideline. Yeah, this game is an absolute destruction.
Right, let's get back to the start there. So
it's like watching Kevin King in the championship game, isn't it?
So about the same position, our man here, the corner before gave him a little bit of space, and he just took the slant. And so he's gonna pretend in one step that he's gonna do
He's
the
looking
same
inside.
thing.
Yeah, you can see he's looking inside. Like, yep, I'm going to take a slant.
And then he just bounces outside. It's only minor. It's just a small thing, but.
Yep, look at that. That Chekhov look inside is fantastic. And then he back pedals, like he doesn't even need to turn.
Yeah. Excellent body control as well on the catch. Okay, this is 4th and 2 here.
So the motion out the tight end. Look at that. Look at that soft zone. Like I say, he just finds the hole, keeps going.
He just sits, doesn't he? He's not in space initially, and then he is.
And I think that's why Jared Goff said he wants him to be like Cooper Kupp. He wants him to just find that wrinkle, find the space. Runs a jet out.
He's a lot in motion, isn't he?
Yeah, that was not, like I said, that should have been better, but no one blocked for him. He runs the jet out, takes it upfield, takes what he can get, eats the tackle.
I think with that, though, the problem is with that play design at that point in the field, I think the blocker's like, okay, there are 5 guys in front of me. Which one's the best one to block?
And to be fair, once he starts sprinting around, like, I'm pretty sure the defenders know it's going to be a jet. You just come down, don't you? You just come to line of scrimmage, you're going to meet him.
Just in terms of your release on the line as well, it's very smooth.
Terrible throw there because he is wide open. He runs that out so easily and he completely overthrows him. He was so wasted at USC.
Nice break.
That's a nice break, yep. He sees the corner turn his hips inside, so he decides I'm going to come back and do like a hitch and just comes back and turns out. Motion. Just sits in the hole.
Could have done better there with the catch.
Yeah, I think, like you say, he should be anticipating contact there, but he doesn't secure the catch. He knows the guy's behind him, drops it.
He's catching a bit too close to his body.
Like I say, for the best part of all those clips, his handwork is very good. I think that's the only catch he actually drops that he should catch.
Overall, so if you have a look at release on the line, I think that looked very good all the way through, very smooth. Didn't seem to kind of lose any speed or hesitate or anything like that. Route running looks good for what he knows, but it seems a bit limited.
The only thing I worry about is physical corners, because we've just watched 30 minutes of corners who don't want to lay a hand on him. Even in man, they didn't really press him. Like, we need to see how well he gets off the line when he gets someone like Jalen Ramsey that's going to just come and punch him in the chest and pop him. Like, can he hold his own at line of scrimmage? I think he'll learn that eventually, but he's not had to do much of that in college. But other than that, like you say, his release is very smooth. He runs the drag and the dig route very well, working through the zones between the D line and the linebackers. He'll just pick his holes. Like I say, he's very efficient that way.
What do you see, Ant?
I see a lot to be. I see a lot to be positive about. I think in terms of what we need this year, we need a guy, we need someone who can get separation purely and simply, and he's shown time and time again, Amon-Ra, that he can get separation very quickly off the line of scrimmage, and we desperately need somebody like that. And I fully expect him to, like Ryan says, be used in the Danny Amendola role almost, and I expect him to really excel well there. Obviously, there are bits that need to be improved. His route running tree does need to expand, but I mean, again, this is a 4th round guy, so you're not getting the full package in the 4th round. otherwise you wouldn't be drafting him there. I think, for where we've got him, we've got quite good value. I think he was let down by bad quarterback play at USC, and I think if Goff is good and accurate with his throws from which he knows it can be, I think he's going to be very good for us. So I like the pick. We didn't have to go too high to get him, but I think we've got, our slot receiver guy of the future for sure, and he can play outside if he needs to as he gets a little more experience. So yeah, I love this pick. Well, mind you saying that, I love most of them, but in particular with this one for the receiving core, it is exactly what we needed in a receiver.
I'm quite keen to see him play with Cephas because I think that while they kind of run similar routes from similar positions, I think they're different enough that I'd like to see them both on the field at the same time. So if there was a lot of kind of trips with Amon-Ra playing the middle guy, and I'd like to see Cephas either, well, probably inside him if it's not Hockenson inside him. I think that would be an interesting thing to do. Or have Amon-Ra on the outside in a 3 with Cephas inside him, and maybe Amon-Ra running a drag with Cephas maybe up the seam or something. Like I can see some schemes at work, because they're both quite good at contested catches by the looks of it.
I think they both need to get plenty of game time this year. I think it's critical that they do. Obviously, again, like you said with the other guys, as long as they earn it, then I think they need to see a lot of the field, because obviously these are the guys we're relying on mainly to come through and plug those gaps, because at the minute every receiver position is open competition. There's not one starter in there. But if these two rookies can come through for us, then it goes a huge way in helping us rebuild that line a lot quicker.
I think it goes underrated, actually, the fact that because Perryman and Williams are two guys who either have struggled to play well or have struggled to stay on the field, that it's perfectly reasonable to assume that one of them isn't going to work out. Because the history shows us that that's probably what's going to happen. It might not, fingers crossed it won't, but we could well end up with the realization of Amon-Ra as our number 2.
Possibly.
No, I get that.
Possibly. I mean, I think he's going to be up there in terms of receiving yards for the year. I think the possibility of him in top 2 in receiving yards is quite high, to be fair. I think he'll get targeted a hell of a lot. I think Goff's going to, as I've said already, love him just because of his ability to get separated quick so he can get the ball out his hands and not be pressured. So, and hopefully you're thinking with the burners like Perryman and Johnson, if they can occupy the physical corners like Ryan said, your Ramses, etc., they're looking after the burner guys, getting downfield quick, then as Dan Campbell alludes to, you get the mismatches there. Get the speed guy on the ballsy outside corners, and then get Amon-Ra into the middle and let him go to work and do what he does best, create those mismatches and utilize what you can the best, because we've got so many of these guys who can work in the slot, run all these different routes. I think teams are going to have a handful when they come up against us. Maybe not in terms of outright skill to start with, but in terms of the schemes we can play, how we can utilize our players. They're going to have to think long and hard about how they deal with us.
I'd like to see him in the run game too. Actually, I would like to see us possibly run these toss sweeps, the jet motions. I think we're going to use a lot of them, like say, move him at line of scrimmage, bit of a chess piece, like I say, and even at sometimes, if you give him a full back, potentially it could well be in the I formation. If you can get the outside contain and get him blocked, like you might see him take a run at blocks at running back too.
Okay, so if we were going to sum up Amon-Ra and we were going to give him main strength, main weakness, I would have said is the limited route tree he can run, but for strength, I'm struggling. It seems to be that he kind of does everything well, but nothing spectacularly. Do you think that's unfair?
I'd say, for me, his I don't know how you decide. It's like his short line speed, his agility. I think for me, he can change routes really quickly. He can drop back in really quick. I think that gives him a step advantage on everyone. I think that's his strength, that separation creating ability, especially in the middle of the field. I think he excels there, and I think that's he's going to be his main selling point this year while he learns to cope with the NFL. So I'd be putting that as a big strength of his, because you don't see all the guys able to create separation like that. Some use brute strength, some use brute pace. He uses, his short speed agility. And I really like that about him. So, but I'd agree that you know, he does need to expand his list of routes. And again, I'm not sure where he is with his blocking entirely, because last year he didn't look that good as a blocker, whereas in 2019 he did. I think that's something he's going to have to work on as well. There are lots of examples of him giving up on plays after a little while, making the initial block and then not carrying on. So obviously, if he wants to play under Campbell, he's going to have to make sure he's top of his game with that.
I agree. Like I say, I'd say his biggest strength for everything we've seen is the ability to understand the zone defense. He knows how to get in and around behind a linebacker and just sit there and make himself available. But in the NFL, like you say, he's more than likely not going to get that. If teams run man, he's not going to be able to just find that soft zone. So he's going to have to expand his route tree. He's going to have to be used a bit more differently. But for those teams that do want to play a bit of soft zone, or no, like the Jags do, they did a lot and it hurt them. He's the kind of guy that's just going to pick it off. Dink and dunk, it works. Like you say, he'll get you 5 to 10 yards and then he'll turn and look upfield. So he's one of them kind of guys. He might get loads of receptions, but it might not look like he's burning down the field, but he's going to slowly move the chains, which works for me because, like I say, he's a possession-based receiver.
Going to work for you in a PPR league in fantasy. Yeah. The late round pickup. One Funky Lions fan said he reminds him of Hines Ward, who's a bit before my time. Probably, I would imagine, a bit before your guys' time watching the NFL as well.
Same kind of build, I think. What was it? 5'10"? Is something like 5'10", but that's 170 pounds. I get that. He say does his best work to the outside. You're going to see him running a lot of 5 and ins, 5 and outs. Like you say, knowing where the first down marker is going to be key. He always seems to know what the down and distance is, which is already half the battle when you know where you need to be.
Yeah, you've just got to keep him away from those extremely physical defenders, I think. And I think that's what Dan Campbell says, just about creating the mismatches, creating someone to take those guys away from him and allow him to do his best work in the center of the field.
I think it's going to be quite underrated how good it's going to be having Okudah learning along with him and then both growing together, because Okudah is meant to be a very physical corner and he's going to be encouraged to do that this year because it's something that lacked last year. So having Okudah line up against Amon-Ra, I think it's going to help them both a lot. Anyway, that's going to do it, I think, for this one, unless anyone has any closing things to say. All right. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this one. We're going to see you again at 6 o'clock for breakdowns of Ife Melifonwu's tape. But for now, thanks very much. See you soon. Let's go, Lions. One pride.
One pride.
One pride.